Welcome. We have a little mix of 6 cards and 5 cards. Let's bet our top 2. This guy's name is silly name here. That is a silly name. Our top 2 was also three pairs. And now we have, yeah, still 3 pairs, but there's a straight out there. And there's our full house. Full house is one of my absolute favorite hands. Not far behind quads. All right, we're getting our okay looking aces in against aces, and our aces are ahead by 56 to 44. Oh, he chose one. Mr. 2 goes 1 flush. When I first started here, I always ran it once because I wasn't sure if there were extra rake in the you go twice. But now I have found out that there's no extra rake for running it twice, but there is for the EV cash out, so watch out for that one. I think that's a 3% charge. I know a lot of people have been complaining about the raised caps. So don't go and give away 3% of every large pot you play. With every right, I should add, while complaining about the raised caps. I was myself devastated when I saw it. I think we may land on our feet. It's too early to tell for absolutely sure, but I think, yeah, I think it may work out. Look at that, I have a little star. We're right now 3rd in the leaderboard. That's not gonna last. I don't think we end up 3rd in the leaderboard, 4 tables. Oh, look at this one. The boards are very similar, and they are decent for us. So we have the same outs on both boards, so there's that. But that's the same for everyone, except for the one guy with clubs. This guy is 3-betting 60%. Let's 4-bet. I don't have many hands, but I mean, all his numbers are going together with that. So let's just he did get an 8. And he used the EV cash out. Too bad I didn't have aces. Yeah, such things do happen. Yeah, we'll make the call with our 2 flush draws, and we're doing really well with them. We end up half and half with the straights. It's this one I want to look at. All right. With the ace king king, when we 4-bet our crazy friend here, we had 57.5 EV pre-flop. Action is dying out for us here on table 3. We might be looking for another table soon. Let's see if there is anything. Maybe we can just do it right away. Oi, look at that. Returning a second full house. 2 full houses. Do you know what's twice as good as 1? That's right. 2. Right. Trips on table 3. Ugly trips, but trips still. Now our trips turn into a full house. Even though, oi, we hit all our outs when we barely have any. That shouldn't really happen. Well, it should, but not often. On table 2, we're blocking everything. And now we don't block what matters. Mm, this is not a bad flop on table 3. Let me find a check raise here. Check raise, which was quickly called. Can we find a smaller bet here or just go? I'll just go. All right. We end up with the straight. Okay. Guess I killed that table. Another one coming up. Just takes half a minute. And with luck, the seat is still open when we finally get there. And it is. Yeah. That would have been right in the gut. I don't know if you guys saw the video I made yesterday about the new rakeback regime here. There's something that has come to my attention since. That is that it seems that they are changing the how is it, the line, the border between micro and low, so that no limit 10 and PLO10 is gonna slip into the low leaderboard instead of the micro. And that's of course biggest hit on the those who play those games, because yeah, so it would be better to share the 100% for the micro, obviously. And it's also making low a little bit worse, I guess, by having, well, it's going to dilute the low price pose a little bit. but I don't know if it changed it significantly. On the other hand, I mean, if the price pools stay the same, maybe if they move it, they move a little bit more money to go to, who knows. But if the price pools do stay the same, it's going to be even more money for what's left in micro and a little bit less money for low. Unless, of course, some other limit changes too. The biggest winners of the rakeback change and the increased caps will of course be the micros, and I think PLO 100 and 200. Uh, well, they will be the losers, is what I was going to say. But it's not black and white like that. If you are playing that level, I don't not sure how it works for no limit, but let's stick to PLO that I know. So at PLO 100 and 200, if you used to make the leaderboard, the top 10 by playing there, then you probably had a rakeback around 100%. At least that's what I did. Had what I had. Yeah. As long as I was strict about my 4-hour sessions and playing the whole window. Because we had the 31.25 or whatever it was, and then around 70 from the leaderboard. So now it looks like for me my effective rake before rake back though. So I don't know if it's called effective, but anyway, a lot of people saying it doubled. It definitely did not doubled. It's up between 15 to 20% for me. It might be different in different games. And then you'll be getting back, according to my calculations, if you now play PLO 100, right, you get about 55% back. So you get 55% back instead of 31, and it increased by 15 to 20%. And that is if you manage to place on the new leaderboard and you weren't placing on the old leaderboard, then it's an improvement. But if you don't manage to place on the new leaderboard, it's not an improvement. And if you used to place on the old leaderboard, then it's also not an improvement. But there's like a middle class there that definitely got an improvement, even at mid stakes. And I think that was kind of the point. I think that middle class was kind of loud and drove this. At least that's what it looked like when I haven't been on Discord for so long, but I've been reading the thread on 2+2, and there was a lot of complaints there. Only the mass tabling regs get anything out of this. And now, of course, in this Discord is a lot of complaints anyway. But I think everyone who was complaining before about them being too top heavy, they will get less final rake now. Personally, Yeah, I I have two minds in this. I Before I could play PLO 100 and PLO 200 with about 100% rakeback. So that was great, and it's going to be worse now. But on the other hand, those 4-hour sessions with 7, 8, 9 tables, they were really stressful. So I'm a little bit relieved that that I don't need to do that anymore. Let's see if our guy will squeeze here. And he does. Shazam. And then I, as a little side, I still believe that, oh, look at that flop for our aces. Uh, I do believe that the games will be better from this change. We're not that much ahead. But over here, we're doing really well. With, oh no. Oh, we're doing twice at least. Did I end up with a third or a sixth? Third, I think. Um, a little bit. We have quite a weak hand here, no spades also. But I thought could give it a bet and see what happens. Now we're doing a bit better. A better two pair. So let's shoot away. Um, yeah, sure. Oh, yeah, that's twice it. Oh, he got straight on the first one. Oh, unsatisfactory. All right, now we picked up an open-ender here. Not that I know what we're gonna do with an open-ender. Maybe it protects us a little bit if he has cards around there too. Kisakala. He doesn't have any hearts at least. But that was his card. And that was no, he didn't have a 6, right? Okay, I got half then. Thought I got quartered there for a second. What happened there? Let's give him pink. Pink means crazy 3-better. You also want to find your opponent's tendencies with Drivehood 2. You can use my link and I will send you 10% back on the first year subscription. So use my link, get what you want to get, and contact me and I'll send 10% back. You shall find the link in my bio on either Twitch or YouTube. Up a straight with blockers to the same straight and a little bit of a draw upwards. Bottom set on table 3. Now we have the flush draw. I think the flush draw does more work for us than the bottom set, but anyway, let's bet this. Two sets on table 2. There's actually a case where 2 isn't twice as good as 1, but it's still pretty good. And we have queens and 4s again on table 2. And we picked up another gut shot and a little flush draw on table 4. Now it's starting to look pretty good here. The bomb pots are fun, but speaking of rake, I rake a little more than twice as much on in the bomb pots than the normal ones. Oh, nice. We got it. So comes April. I don't think I will play much bomb pots. So let's squeeze the most we can out of the bomb pots now. Before we go back to playing good old single board. Yeah, I believe I may value bet the A7 here. And we are getting raised. So does that mean queens? We don't have any clubs, if that was a thing. Maybe he has queen 9, who knows? I'm gonna give it a call. It was queens. So many queens. Alright, well played. 2 girls, 1 flush. On table 3 we have another bottom set, but this one is at least accompanied by a flush draw, a backdoor flush draw, and some sort of backdoor wrap. He raises, we'll call. We shall bet the pot. And win a small pot. Many tens, very many tens. We'll sit anyway. Ah, look at that. The deck had one more 10 in it after all. I think we better check the underfull here. It worked out. Tens are doing well on table 3 too. Yeah. What do you think about this hand that just happened on table 3? Does anybody want to raise that for value? With 2 pairs on the board and just a measly deuce on the river? It's so likely that our ace 10 is good, but do we get enough calls to merit a raise anyway? I don't think we shall raise for value there. At least not against this guy. Can we see that? What do we have? Well, we need a lot more hands before we can say anything about that, I guess. We have 2,500 hands, but still, he has only been raised on the river twice. That's one slow converging stat. So we have to, I don't know, interpolate from the other stats. We have 2 sets and a flush draw in the bomb pot here. And the sets are on different boards. The same board, double sets aren't that good. But this is fine. And he wants to get it all in. Well, let's oblige. He has aces and on the other one not much at all. So I guess we were in very similar situations. This flop is way too green. What decks are you using, guys? What color do you use on the back? And do you have any traditionalist that's not using 4-color? Another full house for us. Table 3. Yeah, I'm not gonna fold. Good, he had all the blockers. Table 1, we now have a set, and a gut shot, and a flush draw. Now we have a set. Mm. Worked out. When there's a new player showing up, and you have no hands, no reads or anything, will you ever make a read based on their screen name? Like, oh, this guy, he sounds like someone who will bluff a lot. And if you do, what would you consider a name that really makes you think that this this is a spewy MF? ended up with 2 calls here on table 2. That was 2 more than I wanted. Just make a cowardly call here with my ugly aces. Yeah, I guess I'll just check back by then. The spade is there. That might not be good for us. Come on, give it a check. I'm hating this. Now this is a beautiful hand on table 3. And my beautiful hand got an extremely ugly flop. Beauty and the Beast. Our friend the 3-better has 3-bet us once again. Really? Uh, ah, I dropped the ball. Yeah, I lost my thread there when I dropped the ball. But this Roadhog guy that 3-bets a lot, this was his first C-bet in a 3-bet pot out of 6 tries now. Let's go full. He wants to get it into. What do you have? Bottom set, okay. And you want it just once? And we find a king? Yeah. Let's try a small bet here. Actually, that might not have been so smart now that I think about it. We had a bit of showdown value with our straight. Oi, oi, oi. What a flop we would have gotten had we made the call. Let's see, what have we? We have a second nut flush draw and a top set. Well, that's about it. That was a little lame. Sizings are lining up well. Cards didn't change much except that. Ah, okay. Oi, oi, oi. Yeah, those cards were worse. Our eights were doing well on the top board before this last card too. Okay. Can't win them all. Winning all pots is one of those things when the harder you try, the harder it gets. I'm gonna start closing down the tables in a moment. An early night. Thing here for us. Now we went from nothing to straight. No. How did this happen? I was gonna sit out here on table 2, but somehow the blind skipped to me. He turned the biggest straight. Alright, sit up that one. Now we went with an EV cash out again. And I will say it again. Don't do the EV cash out. Just run it 2+1 instead. That will lower your swings a bit for free. Top didn't really hit us. But maybe it didn't hit him either. Time to sit out down here. I'm gonna be a coward. Sorry. I apologize for being such a coward. Alright, let's see. something interesting is happening on table 2 before closing down. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I'm Pulvet and I love PLO. Take care.